What? So
Hold this.
We're recording now? Is that what's up?
Yeah, we're doing a car podcast.
Alright. I guess.
Because this night has been ruined, and we weren't able to record any videos, so instead, car podcast.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Because we haven't spoken personally. We haven't been able to have a heart-to-heart about the PlayStation 4 yet.
No.
Did you watch the thing?
No.
No?
No, I was really sick, remember?
No.
I was real. Oh, yeah, I guess, I didn't tell you. I was very sick when that happened.
Yeah, there are internet archives.
Yeah, but that's not, hasn't been on the, I have a ton of schoolwork to do. I'm in the middle of, for school, writing a 90-page screenplay.
Keith.
Yeah?
We're talking about the next generation of video games.
Yeah, but the one that I'm not gonna buy.
Dude, you don't know that, though.
You're right, I don't know that. And I honestly might actually get one of those things. So.
At this point, I'm honestly hoping, I'm really hoping that Microsoft comes out and shows something dumb and stupid so that I don't have to decide and I can just say, oh, clearly PlayStation 4 is.
You know what? I kind of, part of me kind of wants, because I prefer my 360 to any PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
But, I have real reservations about that now, and I didn't used to. It used to be clear that the 360 was such a better thing.
Right.
And now it's kind of muddied, and I would love for the waters to not be so muddied, and I don't care if Sony comes out on the top.
It doesn't matter which one is better.
I just want one to be clearly better.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's funny, I was actually just I just went back and started listening to the One Up Yours podcast from the beginning.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing that you do.
No lights on.
That's the thing that you do, and I have no idea why you do that.
Because see, here's the thing: is that video game podcasts basically started right as this current generation started. So if you go back and start any podcast from the beginning, you get to hear
most exciting shit.
You get to relive the beginning of the 360 generation. It's really exciting to It was interesting to hear people going into the 360 and they were really unimpressed. They were talking about it like it was Dreamcast 2, it wasn't a full. It was I don't know, because it doesn't seem like it's a full generation step up over the Xbox. I don't think any of these launch titles sound very appealing. And then 2 months later, they're yeah, I play my 360 every day, the online features and Geometry Wars, and it's all amazing, and that stuff's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so I guess that shows that even people who are really good at telling you, whose job it is to tell you what's a good thing to get, aren't, can't be sure about systems until it's too late, almost.
Until it's too late.
Yeah.
The 360 launch was really fast, so there wasn't a lot of time to, people didn't know basically about achievements until the system was out.
And then there was still the Microsoft points, achievement points confusion.
Oh yeah.
You can do what you can buy a game with doing good in a game.
Well, that's
no. That's a different thing. Sorry.
Well, technically,
we're so sorry, but you can't ever.
If you want to get real about it, there's technically no such thing as achievement points. It's gamer score.
That's true.
But you don't say that because you would be the biggest douchebag in the entire world if you went around saying gamer score.
Yeah, if you said, I got 30 gamer score.
Even, did you hear that thing, that achievement thread that got read on one of Phil's streams?
No.
It was from some forum where people were all the people that are super big into achievements.
Yeah.
And they
the type that call them Chivos.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We're talking about Chivo buffs.
They all said Chivos. They just kept saying it. They just kept saying it.
They won't stop. Hey, Kyle, those motherfuckers will not stop saying Chivos.
I was in my mind, I was begging them to stop saying Chivos, and they just wouldn't do it.
They'll never stop saying Chivos. It's underground mainstream now. They won't stop.
Just reminds me of Chinos now. I could get a nice pair of Chivos.
It reminds me of Cheetos.
Eat a bag of Chivos.
Eat a bag of Chivos.
Right. I like mine better. It's classier.
It is classier, but also no one said Chivos since grandparents were babies.
Chinos, you mean?
Chinos, right.
You just said Chinos.
Sure. I can't stop.
I heard Scott Aukerman say Chinos.
Yeah, but Scott Aukerman's a different type of human.
I know. Man, what were we talking about?
We're talking about PS4.
Oh, there's that thing where, like, basically the reason that the 360 started off so great was because Microsoft did not have the upper hand at all. So Sony was really arrogant, and Microsoft had to fight for everything that they got.
Yeah.
And now it's like...
They had the hunger.
Yeah, they had the they were hungry.
They were hungry for it.
Oh, they were young and hungry.
Now they're fat. Now Microsoft has all this cash.
Fattened on their...
For the first time, Microsoft feels successful.
They've been living fattened on gooses and wine, geese, whatever.
No, when you're talking about rich folk, it's gooses. Can you tell me a thing about the PlayStation 4 besides the way the controller looks? Because that's literally all I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, check this shit out.
Okay.
And this wasn't super clear, but it sounds like not only will you be able to live stream from your PS4, like any game can live stream.
Yeah.
You can also like jump into someone else's game to like watch them. Like you could like live stream.
Oh, like
just one person.
Fucking that box that got totally not bought. What's that thing? Live.
On live.
Like that.
Kind of, but not really.
Okay. It sounds like the same thing.
Well, they have Gaikai, which is basically exactly on live.
Okay.
But that's not this. That's different. So
the part of on live where you can watch people play is what I mean.
Oh, then yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, then totally like that. I forgot that was an on live feature.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally like that. So they said it has that you can live stream from it. And you can do like a thing where like you watch your friend play, but it's not clear if those are two separate features or if they're just saying if you live stream it, your friend can watch you play. That's not entirely clear, but also
right.
So there's a share button on the controller, and I think the live streaming is tied into the share button, but also what's tied into that is that the system is constantly recording your last 15 minutes of any game.
Yeah.
And so you can hit the share button and then you can like pull up your last 15 minutes and then like edit it together and like upload it to YouTube or whatever.
That sounds kind of awesome.
Yeah, it sounds totally awesome.
Did Japan do an internet thing right and first?
No, I just don't think it's Japan. I don't know how much of Japan is involved in the PlayStation 4.
It's Sony. Which is a Japan thing.
It is Sony, but there's also Sony of America and Sony UK and Sony Europe.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Sonys.
Yeah, okay. Like, I think there was a meeting and around the board were all the different Sony countries, and UK was like, "How about a share button?" And then US like, "Yeah, make it social," and Japan was like, "Wait, but then there won't be enough room for SD cards."
Well, also remember that the PlayStation 3 was. That was part of the Kutaragi era.
Yeah.
And that was... I forget what kind of hand Ken Kutaragi had.
He had a really supple hand.
In the design of the PlayStation 3. But remember, that's basically what it was. Like, PlayStation 3 came out and was kind of a failure. And they were just like, Kutaragi, get the fuck out of here! And,
did he go?
I think they like...
they promoted him.
They promoted him.
Yeah.
And then he quit.
Right.
Later, I think.
They promoted him to a position where he, didn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
They said, Ken, you just go sit over here. And he's like, no, but I have the designs for PlayStation 4 through 8 in my head. And we're like, well, if we ever need those, we'll come ask.
Yeah.
The guy they had up on stage was Mark Cerny. And I guess he's an engineer. And I believe he was saying that he was one of the lead guys in designing the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
And he's like an American.
What's his name?
Mark Cerny.
Yeah, he sounds like an American.
So they were talking about the PlayStation 4 is going to have x86 architecture, which just means it's a PC.
Yeah.
Basically. And it's going to have 8 gigs of GDDR5 memory.
How many gigs?
8.
DDR5?
DDR5.
That's a lot of...
GDDR5.
That's a lot of stuff.
That's a lot of gigabytes.
That's a lot of gigabytes of a really good RAM.
Yeah, it is.
When? I'm surprised that Microsoft, like, I mean, we've known for a while that Sony was going to announce PlayStation 4. I'm surprised that Microsoft, like, didn't do a thing.
Yeah, I mean...
Because Microsoft owes its entire success of the 360 to kind of having a year head start.
Yeah.
And, I mean, and also having, for a long time, a better system.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm surprised that they didn't... kind of like try as hard as they could to keep that going.
I don't know what it was, because it does totally sound like a Sony at the launch of the PS3 move of just like, people will wait for the Xbox. Or it could be that they're planning to do a television reveal. Well, I can almost guarantee that they will do a television reveal.
Right.
Like they did with the 360. Mm-hmm. So maybe that stuff is just harder to schedule, and I don't know, like, maybe they felt like they needed to make a bigger event out of it, but I mean, the Sony event was totally cool. It was just like an E3 press conference, but in February.
Cool. But do you think Microsoft will do a thing where they announce it later, but also, like, it comes out super soon? Like, their whole thing where they're like, and it comes out an hour ago!
No, I think they're both going to come out in November.
Yeah.
Like I remember somebody was saying that on Twitter. What was? Oh, it was both. It was. Yeah, sorry. I remember on Giant Bomb. I think Brad might have said that. I was like, what if they pulled a Sega and said it's coming out tomorrow? And Jeff was like, that's why they call it pulling a Sega.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's not gonna happen.
No.
But
I mean, they might say, like, and it comes out in a month and a half.
Oh, and also, and I would almost say good on them for the fact that they didn't spend any time talking about this, but, like, the PlayStation 4 is going to have a Kinect.
And
thing. It'll probably just come with a Kinect. It is a black bar with 2 cameras on it.
Yeah, it's a Kinect.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
They didn't call it anything.
Great!
They were just like...
thank God! Oh, my God!
They were just like, we have this stereoscopic camera.
No, they call it, it's like the PlayStation Eye.
They should have called it the PlayStation... they should have... Eyes open.
Eyes wide... the PS4 Eyes Wide Shut.
They should have called it the PlayStation Eyes.
Yeah. I think I did read something about that, and I saw, like, a picture of it, and it just said, the new PlayStation Eye.
Let's see, stuff about... Yes, so...
Kinect. What a dumb fucking name. Like, even if it was a good thing.
That's fine. It's fine. What's wrong with that? It's fine.
But it's spelled...
It's clever.
It's not.
It is clever, though.
It's not clever.
Kinect. Like kinetic.
Yeah, like
but
kinetic.
Also like Connect.
Yeah, like Kinect.
It's clever.
But like a thing you don't do with the Kinect.
No.
Like, it's like a pun, like kinetic and connect.
Well...
But why would you have that connect part? Why don't they just call it the kinetic or the connecting or the... Oh, I guess that wouldn't...
Because that's not clever.
I guess, but why does it have to be clever?
Wait, because it's catchy. Or it's like, it's something...
It's not catchy. It's poor. It's like a thing that gotta make it catchy!
Yeah, I mean, but they did have... But that's what you do, is when you name something, you try to make it have a good name.
I know, I'm saying that they didn't do a good job this time.
I don't know, what would you have liked it to have been called?
I don't know, that's not my job.
Come on. Natal?
I prefer
Project Natal?
I prefer that. At least it's a nonsense thing.
It's a city or something.
Sure. But I prefer, like, a thing that kind of doesn't make sense to a thing that makes me, like, think of a really like a Mr. Caffeine in a boardroom telling everyone...
Oh, Mr. Caffeine. I liked Mr. Caffeine.
I didn't dislike him, but that's the type of guy that I imagine came up with the name Kinect. Make it snappier, guys!
Can we talk about Mr. Caffeine for a second?
I guess.
I think Mr. Caffeine was, was he a little over the top? Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like...
But was he paid to be a little over the top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like... I had to, like, I don't want to listen to fucking Don Matrick talk about video games. I don't want to... And he's all like, hey, we're very excited about the Xbox possibilities of Xbox, and he flicks his hair to the side like a douchebag.
I just basically hate press conferences of any kind. They're always like anything that isn't being shown and instead is being talked about is like having my teeth pulled. It's painful all the time.
I felt like Mr. Caffeine was in on the joke. I felt like Mr. Caffeine got it.
I think he got it.
He was like, isn't this thing that I'm doing really stupid? You're like, yeah, it is.
But could we be giving him too much benefit? I mean, the benefit of the doubt? Should we be giving him that?
No.
We shouldn't be giving him the benefit of the doubt?
I enjoyed Mr. Caffeine watching him. There were some parts I was like, oh, Mr. Caffeine, what are you doing? But I laughed. He made me laugh a couple times.
Sure. I mean, I just, the alternative to that kind of annoying guy is a super boring guy.
Yeah.
So, what?
I like energetic kind of annoying guy a lot better than super boring guy.
Yeah, me too.
It's better than Yves Guillemot.
Yeah, it's just another case of the internet being, one guy being kind of upset, and then another guy agreeing, and then it snowballs into just a blizzard of hatred.
It was weird. I just thought it was weird in that all of the stuff that I listened to, podcasts and stuff of game writers talking about it, I was surprised that no one even tried to be like, hey, it wasn't that bad. Everyone was just like, Mr. Caffeine was the worst.
I think I was listening to didn't Vinny on the Bombcast say,
maybe.
You guys, he wasn't so bad.
I'll say this, I have no idea, but that sounds like a thing Vinny would say.
Yeah, I think it was Vinny at least.
How did we get...
PlayStation 4 press conferences, snappy names for stuff, Mr. Caffeine, Vinny Caravella. But is there more stuff about the PlayStation 4? Tell me about it more. They didn't show what the thing looks like.
No.
Why didn't they do that?
I don't know.
Was it not ready?
I guess not, no.
It's still just a bunch of stuff.
It's coming in hot.
Yeah, it's still in a PC.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
this is the PlayStation 4. Ignore the Antec case.
It's in a PC. It's still in a PC, but it basically... the insides of it are a PC also.
Right.
I saw Dan Reichert tweet, who was here are some leaked screenshots of, of what the PS4 will look like, and it was just, some guy's Antec case with, a window and blue LEDs.
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting that I actually didn't know this, but I was talking to Phil on the stream, and he said that apparently Sony has always been known for not having enough memory in their systems, which is why suddenly going to 8 gigs of GDDR5 is super crazy.
Yeah.
So it seems like I got this impression too with the going so in depth on the architecture and the amount of memory and this kind of stuff was that wasn't for the consumer. Some, Joe, whoever the fuck, sitting at home is, doesn't care how much RAM it has in the PS4, because he doesn't even know what that means. That's for developers. Hey guys, no, we have enough RAM this time, for real.
Hey, I gotta pause this recording.
Alright, fine.
I gotta answer my phone. Or I'll just talk. Hello? Hey, what's up? Oh, I didn't... Kyle's driving me home, and I was, we're recording a thing from the car. What's up? Yeah. Do you know what they are? I'm sorry, I didn't get it. Oh, because the recording didn't work out tonight, so I was just trying to pick a day to come back. And it was either Saturday or Monday. Okay. Alright. Okay. Love you too. Bye.
You get back here on Saturday.
Yeah, it's Saturday.
Fuck your Monday.
Okay.
You come to me on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday. That's the day that I was about to tell you that I was going to do. Saturday.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, I had plans on Saturday, but right before I learned that we weren't going to be recording, my plans got canceled, so I was just making sure that they were canceled.
Okay, fine. Good,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Fuck you. What were we talking about?
We were talking about the RAM, and I was talking about how it seemed that like the technical side of the press conference was more for developers to convince them, like, no, we're going with an x86 architecture, we're going with all this RAM, so like, don't worry, you can run your shit, and it'll be easy.
Yeah.
Make games for the whatever.
Right.
They had their what's his face? I don't know his name from Gaikai come out.
Nah, I don't either.
And I was excited to hear about it, but it sounds like their Gaikai stuff is still very much in development.
Yeah.
Like, he came out, he said that, I mean, obviously, PlayStation 4 is not backwards compatible with PlayStation 3 games, because that would be super hard.
Yeah.
Because the cell processor.
Right.
But he said, like, he was like, imagine a future in which you can, like, you can basically, like, stream PlayStation 3 and 2 and 1 games, like, over the internets with Gaikai. And I was like, yeah, I can totally imagine that.
And then he's like,
can I?
And then he didn't answer you.
He said, he was like,
he just wants you to be thinking about it.
Okay, wait, so there was two things. There was, whoa!
Don't hit the guy.
Sorry, bro.
It's alright.
There was two things. There was one where they said, and this was the Gaikai guy.
Yeah.
So I guess this is somehow with Gaikai, which is basically OnLive, but they said that they didn't say this, but I think it's safe to assume that there's day-and-date digital releases for all PlayStation 3 games.
Yes, I would hope so.
And he said that you would be able to try any of the... Did I say PS3? Because I meant 4.
I don't care.
Whatever.
Yeah. You've already corrected if you did.
You would be able to try, like, any PlayStation 4 game, like, instantly, I guess, using Gaikai.
Sure.
So you would just be able to be like, hey, that game looks cool, I want to try it right now, and then you are trying it, just like online.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome.
Here's the thing, like, okay, so 2 years ago, maybe even, probably even less than 2 years ago, even if the PlayStation 4 was a clearly better system, I was so invested in...
Wait, what are you saying?
I'm saying that...
You're talking about 2 years ago.
2 years ago, if all this stuff was happening 2 years ago...
Okay.
Even if the PlayStation 4 was clearly a better system...
You wouldn't care.
I would be so tied in with the Xbox stuff...
Yeah.
...that I would choose that anyway.
But
at this point, I totally... Like, it's been long enough, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
care.
Like, it's been, like...
30-something thousand achievement points, I don't care.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
Like, I don't have anyone on my friends list that I care about anymore.
In fact, I was actually thinking about this. They won't do this because people would fucking flip out.
They flip the fuck out.
I would actually really like them if the new Xbox and the new PlayStation had new achievement and trophy scores. Because, like, remember, because that's when achievements were the most fun, was when I didn't have 45,000.
Yeah. And when I didn't have, like, 32,000.
Because if I open my new Xbox on day one and I already have all these achievement points, I don't care about the new achievement.
Just make a new profile.
No, because then my new one, like, I already got screwed because I had one for, like, 2 or 3 years and then made a new profile, and now it says that I only had Xbox Live for, like, 6 years instead of 8 years or whatever. I don't know why this matters to me, but it does.
I got screwed like that, too. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know.
I can't even get my old gamertag back from the original Xbox. Even though that stuff doesn't exist anymore, it still says that something dumb with a G is a name that's not available. And I'm like, it is available. Just, like, don't have that anymore. But I still have to stick with SOMETHINDUMB.
No, it's not available because you have it. You just need to remember the password for it.
That's not. I mean, it's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I can't recall that information. Like,
I'm just saying, like, if you're saying, like...
I'm saying that the email that I used is so old and has been so long in disuse and was before any kind of security proof stuff that there's literally no way to recover my password. So I'm stuck with some thin dumb.
Hey, but you know where you could get something done?
What?
PSN.
Don't, hey fuckers, don't take that. Hey guys, cut it out.
Yeah, like I feel like I'm definitely past the point where I feel tied into the Xbox ecosystem really at all.
Yeah.
Like I feel you're right. There were a couple of years ago that might have been the case, but now I'm just kind of over it.
Yep. I'd be bummed out about losing, I guess, like, not actively being able to have my Xbox Live Arcade games.
Oh, yeah.
That's really the only thing.
Yeah, but also, like,
I feel like
this might not be the case for you because you didn't get a PS3, but I'm going to get both of them. It's just a matter of, like, which do I get the first year? So,
right.
Like, I don't care if I need to use my 360 to play XBLA games until I get the new Xbox.
I guess. I mean, I might get both of them. Who knows? It depends, like, what my money situation is in the next few years. If I spend the next few years being, like, super poor still, then, yeah. But if I end up, like, getting some money, then, I'll get them both.
Yeah.
If I end up, like, if something happens where, like, in order to more effectively, like, do this type of stuff, I need to have both of them, and I'm getting enough money that, like, that's plausible, then sure. But who knows?
Yeah, so there was, like, the try PS4 games instantly thing.
Yeah.
And then he talked about doing PS3 emulation, or, like, not, I guess it wouldn't be emulation, maybe. It would be like, we have a bunch of PS3s that are plugged into Gaikai, and then you can stream the games over the Gaikais. But when he announced that, he said, like, and, like, we've just been greenlit by Sony to, like, develop this. It was like, like, you just got greenlit? What? But
oh, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it was a bummer. Until I really thought about it,
It probably shouldn't take too long, right?
I think it will probably take a number of years.
Yeah.
It also, because you also need the infrastructure, too.
That's true.
And, I mean, it was like Sony needs to have server infrastructure on their end, and then, like, people around the world have to get internet connections that are good enough to handle it. I mean, I already have one, but, so it's that kind of stuff. So, at first, it kind of annoyed me. I was like, why are you announcing this so early if you can't even do it? But then I thought, like, games have changed so much over this past generation that it totally makes sense to announce things that you won't have for a few years. You know, like, because what if
Sony has a bunch of, like, a bunch of 4G cell networks, and, like, if they made like Gaikai a PlayStation Plus thing and PlayStation Plus a paid service, then they could just, like, use their own cell towers to pump out Gaikai service to people through PlayStation Plus.
I don't know. That would be pretty
awesome. I just read an article that where Sony, Sony's cell division was like, we've got these 4G cell towers and literally nothing to do with them. I just read that.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't know if 4G is fast enough for that though.
Like my LTE is like is faster than average Wi-Fi. Like, my Wi-Fi is super, super fast.
Yeah, but see, Wi-Fi isn't fast enough to do Gaikai. Or it's not fast enough to do OnLive. Like, you need to have a wired connection.
I've seen unwired.
I guess it's not recommended.
Right. I've seen wireless OnLive, and it looks pretty good. I mean, not for, like fighting games, sure, but...
Yeah.
Like, non-reaction time stuff. There doesn't seem to be any lag. Like, there's definitely no input lag, which is, like, the worst stuff.
Yeah.
It all seems to be buffered pretty well.
So there's that stuff, and then I think it was mostly games. They showed off a Killzone game that no one cares about.
Yeah.
There's a new...
No one likes Killzone, right?
No.
Okay.
No one likes Killzone. There's... Nobody likes Killzone. That was my thing, was when we did the stream with Phil right after the press conference to talk about it.
Yeah.
It was like all of us all at once said, like, I know I'm the only one who doesn't care about Killzone, and then we just kind of came to the realization, maybe nobody cares about Killzone.
Yeah, I learned... No, this is right. This is
okay.
good. You're doing the right thing.
All right.
You know how you've been to my house all the time? This is that again.
It's dark and foggy.
It's really foggy. It's like we're on a mountain. It's like, this is like Missy Mountain.
There was a new Infamous game.
That's cool.
They showed off.
You like that?
They showed off Watch Dogs. That looks more like a game.
That game looks really good.
Yeah.
Is that a PlayStation 4 thing only?
No.
Good.
I mean, they haven't said, but it won't be.
Of course not.
It's Ubisoft.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah. So there was Knack.
They'll be making that for phones.
There was this game called Knack.
Knack? N-A-K? N-A-C-K? K-N-A-C-K?
You got it.
Okay.
It looked kind of like a cartoony game, sort of like a Jak and Daxter art style type thing.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting.
Does he have like a partner named Nick?
Oh, man. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like a fuzzy little partner.
No, I think, Knack is the, like...
Knack is the fuzzy one?
He's the cute little guy. He's not fuzzy. He's like he's probably some kind
Scaly?
of he's like an ancient robot, probably.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
An ancient robot?
You know, like robots that were made by like the prehistoric like super advanced civilization.
Oh yeah. Forerunner robots.
Yeah, he's basically a Forerunner robot.
This is like a tie over to the Halo universe.
Maybe.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
what are the things? Wait, this is totally off topic. What are the things that came before Forerunners?
Precursors.
That's so silly.
I know it is so silly.
They could have not made it silly.
Speaking of Bungie, though, they had Bungie come out and be like, Destiny on PlayStation 4.
Right, great. What's Destiny? Do we still not? No? Like, what's Destiny?
It's a cooperative first-person shooter where...
Not massively multiplayer.
No.
The thing that everyone said?
What Jeff kept saying was that it sounded like Test Drive Unlimited, but for first-person shooting.
Okay.
So it sounded like... Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like...
It sounded like it's like this thing, but if it were a totally different thing.
Apparently in talking about it, because Jeff went and saw... He went to Bungie to get like a presentation on it. Apparently, like they use the term raid and dungeon, but it'll be things like you can go to a dungeon by yourself, and then it will just randomly populate it with other players that you can meet up with. And
so it's instanced.
It sounds like kind of an instance.
It's like a guild, like a Guild Wars light first-person shooter,
something like that. Yeah,
but without like an overworld, like not like dudes running around the overworld. Only when you're in specific. Raid-type dungeon areas?
It sounds like there will be hub areas.
Okay.
I think.
Will there be, like, trade... Can you, like, trade loot?
There will be some kind of loot. They haven't said if it's purely cosmetic or not.
Okay, it shouldn't be.
Yeah, probably not, huh?
If you want loot, it should not be purely cosmetic. But it also shouldn't be purely stat-based. It has to be both of those things.
I don't know, like... Cosmetic loot is still cool if you can look at someone and tell what they got it from. Like
from Halo. Like if you have like that super big helmet, like that dude fucking got that super big helmet from that thing.
Or like some kind of weird like Halo Monster Hunter thing. Like if you can see someone and be like, oh man, you got that shoulder armor from killing that giant lizard robot boss.
Shoulder robot, and it fell off.
Remember the giant lizard robot boss that's in Dungeon 3?
Yeah.
They got that.
Dungeon 3, by the way, the only numbered dungeon. It's the water dungeon, the ice dungeon, and then Dungeon 3.
There's Crystallis, and there's the Underdeep, and then there's Dungeon 3.
The Underdeep. Is there anything else? Give me more.
Oh.
Give me more.
Oh, there's a media molecule thing that with a move you can like sculpt things in 3D space with your move, and you can animate them like a puppet show.
Sure.
It basically
sounds like it's good for kids.
I said it seems like Media Molecule is doubling down on what they started with Little Big Planet, and by that I mean it's a really neat thing that I will never enjoy.
Oh, but you like Little Big Planet?
Not really.
No? Wasn't that? I thought that was like your jam for a little while.
No.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it was like the platforming was like kind of bad, and then like people made levels
bad, you just mean like not good. It was not, the platforming was not good.
I feel like not good is kind of the same as bad.
I feel like kind of bad feels like you're pulling the punch.
What?
Like bad and kind of bad. When you go kind of bad, it sounds like you're pulling the punch. You were like, it's not good. It was not a serviceable platformer.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I never...
But that little guy's cute, right?
Sackboy's cute.
Yeah.
I never finished playing through, like, the levels that were pre-made, because those are really cool. I did get PlayStation... I meant to say I got Little Big Planet 2 from PlayStation Plus, because I have PlayStation Plus now.
Nice.
So they gave me They gave me the Small Big Planet 2.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So I guess I could look at that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's...
The thing about, like, 4G and the cell towers that I said before?
Yeah.
It's, like, pretty smart, right?
I mean, you would need to have 4G in the PS4.
Like, how complicated could that possibly be?
It could be...
They have 4G in phones.
But it could be expensive.
I don't think so. I have literally no idea. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
But there's, like, it's probably not, right?
But phones are expensive, too.
Yeah, but not because they're 4G. Like, phones and, like, 4G phones, now phones are so expensive. Like, that's not the part of phones that's expensive.
I guess you're right. That all hinges upon 4G being better than Wi-Fi, which I'm still not exactly sure that it is.
Well, it depends if it's like fake 4G or LTE or what, but it kind of is better than Wi-Fi. It's not better than my Wi-Fi.
What's fake 4G?
Like, so on my phone, because I have AT&T and they had that fake 4G for a while, depending on like what kind of coverage I have, the little thing next to my bar either says Edge, 3G, 4G, or LTE, and LTE is like the best of those, and it usually says either 4G or LTE.
I see.
Yeah, so LTE is like 4G is really more like enhanced 3G. Okay. Yeah, and then LTE is like the real thing.
Oh, so they have Forza on PS4 now.
Yeah, boring.
But it's called Drive Club.
Whatever. Is it by the same people?
No.
Okay,
It seems like it's.
It's like they were like, hey, people like that Forza thing, right?
Yeah. They were like, people like that Forza thing, and apparently...
Gran Torino. Gran Torino? People love Gran Torino. Gran Turismo.
Well, I guess it seems that, like, Polyphony doesn't feel like putting out Gran Turismo games more than once a decade, so they're just gonna have to find someone else to do that, I guess.
Man, they really donked it on that.
They donked it.
They really donked it on Gran Torino 5.
They totally donked it, bro.
They didn't even get Clint Eastwood for it.
You should check out that press conference if for no reason...
Yeah, I will.
No reason other than to see the guy who introed the Infamous game and the guy who introed Drive Club, because they were both, like, really intense in a really weird way.
I'll do it.
It's kind of freaky.
Okay, sexually? Like, they had a potent sexual energy?
I couldn't get excited about the new Infamous game because I was still reeling from that guy's introduction. Like,
okay, I'll check it out.
He just came out and he was just like... What did he say? He was like, I took part in a political rally in 2003 and I got pepper sprayed by the cops. Before then, I always thought the cops were there to protect me. But on that day, they weren't. Like, what?
And then he said infamous.
And he was just like, in 2000 whatever, like the government got...
Wait, hold on. This guy's full of shit. If he was at a political rally, he already hated cops. Like, people don't go to political rallies and really respect, like, the boys in blue.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
But he also was like, he's like, the government, like, has tapped into the phones of, like, however many thousands of America. Like, there are 2,000 people in this room right now. 4 of us have been spied on by the government. You're just like, dude, what is happening?
Is this guy, like, super crazy, or was he doing an act?
It was all about how,
Wait, first of all, I want to say that I used boys in blue as ironically as possible.
Well, it sounds like at that the game is Infamous Second Son, and apparently it's supposed to be about how, like, the government just, it like, becomes more and more like a police state, and then, or he's talking about, like, the culture of fear that we live in, and, like, and police state, and then, like, what would happen, if, like, it's super serious about this stuff, and he's like, and then what would happen if some of us developed superpowers?
Wait, wasn't the end of Infamous, like, no more superpowers for anyone, no more? Wasn't that?
That was one of the endings.
Okay.
Man, Infamous 2 was disappointing.
Yeah, sure. Maybe Infamous 3 will be too.
See,
I didn't like any of them.
I didn't remember. You didn't even play the second one.
I played each one for like 4 minutes, and I didn't like them.
Dude, they're so good. Like, I don't know what is happening in your brain that's not allowing you to... You have to break through this wall because those games are so good.
Whatever. I don't like them.
They're so good.
I don't like them.
You have to like them. They're good.
No, Kyle, no one has to like anything if they don't damn well please.
No, they're good games. You have to like them.
Whatever. I never will.
You don't have to think Infamous is the best game of 2009, even though it was, but you need to like it because it's great.
Take this recording thing and shut it off.
Fine.
I'm out of here.
Goodbye.
Bye.